What comes into your mind when you hear the name, Ben 10? A classic show, something you grew up with, a very cool show? Now, what comes into your mind when you hear Ben 10? Reboot. A bad show, cringe, a huge downgrade of its predecessor, something that ruined your childhood? Well, that's what I'm gonna be talking about today, that the Ben 10 reboot isn't as bad as it used to be. Hello, welcome to this video. This is gonna be the first video in the channel that doesn't involve game development or memes, and is all about Ben 10. I might as well just change the channel name to Grace F10 if I keep making Ben 10 videos. Anyways, let's take a look back at when the reboot first aired. It originally released at October 1st, 2016. And back then, it didn't make such a good first impression. Everyone hated it for being too childish, having a bad art style, being too silly, and it was overall just bad. It didn't even have a main plot or an arc, it only has standalone episodes, even the villains were pretty lame. It was known as the worst Ben 10 series ever made. But then, in mid-2017, everything changed. The first reboot special, that was called Omnitricked, aired. And it was nothing like the rest of the first season. It had an awesome plot, epic fight scenes, even had a dark scene. I mean, just look at this.
You're not going anywhere. You're all washed up.
If that's not the definition of a cool fight scene, then I don't know what is. It was overall an amazing episode, many people including me loved it. This was the turning point for the reboot's show quality. In the next season, things went a bit downhill. It had some cringe scenes, and a bit too much childishness, but it was still an upgrade. Get it? It was still an upgrade from season 1. Now, this season actually has an arc. It was all about the new alien, Shock Rock. The regular episodes in this season are pretty much the same as the first season, except that some episodes were focused on the Omni-enhanced aliens, and they had slightly cooler fight scenes. Then, the big finale of this season came. It's called Innervasion. It was another amazing season finale, though I personally like Omnitricked more than this one. This finale raised some theories, which will later be explained. Then comes the third season. Many people including me, find this to be the best reboot season. There were a couple returning aliens from Alien Force and a completely new one. The new villains seem to have gotten better as well. Now, the first few episodes of this season might just have the same quality as the previous regular episodes, but at around the 24th episode, the season got even better. In my personal opinion, it went back uphill in the episode introducing Kevin 11. Which isn't really the episode where Reboot Kevin first got introduced. Ever since this episode, the fight scenes had gotten way cooler and much more satisfying. This episode even has a pretty dark moment.
Why don't you go run back to your grandpa, baby?
At least I have someone to run back to.
This season also made another arc, that is the Forever Knight arc. No, not those Forever Knights. He's the Forever Knight. He's a one-man army. Forever Knight has been lurking around and spying on the villains throughout the season, making people wonder who he actually is. Then the first special of this season came, it's called Roundabout. I say this is the best reboot multi-part episode I've watched. It has another awesome plot.
Exactly. With threats like your alien's powers out of the way, I can be—
It revealed some stuff.
Oh, you sure this is gonna work? My parents would be so mad if I built an alien antenna on our—
And it has very, very cool and epic fight scenes. This episode is actually super cool, though it isn't exactly this season's finale. There were more episodes that aired after this.
Despite being mostly filler, the rest of the episodes in this season are actually very enjoyable. And then it suddenly ended, without an actual finale. Then comes Season 4. Going to be honest, this season is kinda like the first one, except that Ben now has Omni-Kick's armor, and the episode's plot are much better. Most of the episodes in this season are filler, but they are still fun to watch. The fight scenes got slightly less cool, and some of the episodes were focused on an alien's Omni-Kick's form. This season didn't really have an arc in the regular episodes, but the finale, Ben 10 vs. the Universe, the movie, finished the Vilgax arc, revealed some of the theories that were made earlier. This movie was really good, despite that the fight scenes could be better. The ending could also use a bit more work, but that's not exactly a bad thing. And finally, comes what is known to be the last season of the reboot. Season 5. This season is gonna be consisted of 3 40-minute special episodes. One of them, being a crossover between the classic continuity and the reboot. Ooh! Those specials are gonna air in a few days by the time this video is uploaded, so I'm really excited. But anyways, the whole reason I decided to make this video is because many people are constantly making fun of the reboot and its fans. Which, to be honest, is pretty annoying and repetitive. Those people and many others only see the reboot from its first season, and won't give it a chance of redemption, so they missed out on all the cool stuff that's been happening in this series. But that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you will find it somewhat enjoyable. Thank you for watching. And bye.